Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, don't have a lot of time. Wanted to bring some information to your attention that I think that might prove helpful. We were talking about the Emergency Economic Banking Relief Act. Yes, I'm going a little bit fast because I got things to do, place to go, people to see, things to know. All right, you got a problem with it? I'll turn the music on. You better leave me alone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a lawsuit that I'm writing, and I'm bringing up the following facts, and I want you to pay attention to what's being written. The Act of March 9, 1933, otherwise known as the Emergency Economic Banking Relief Act, I'll be taking care of the font and all of that stuff later, verified by Congress in 1933 as a declaration of bankruptcy. Got to put my in, no, the in parentheses is there. And this is, we are now here in Chapter 11. Members of Congress are official trustees presiding over the greatest reorganization in any bankrupt entity in the world history, the United States government. Okay, then we say, and we give them the congressional record, bankruptcy, a state or condition of one who is a bankrupt, or who is a bankrupt. That's interesting. That came actually from a dictionary. Anyway, amendability to the bankrupt laws. The condition of one who has committed an act of bankruptcy. How can you commit an act of bankruptcy? I think some of you should look that up. I saw that in the definition. Now, there are a lot of definitions, but many of the definitions are from when the Bankruptcy Act was enacted, how they defined it. But remember, bankruptcy had its own meaning prior to the enactment of the Bankruptcy Act, Title 11 of the U.S. Code. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm using a different definition than what they want to use because I'm talking about the United States bankruptcy, which occurred prior to the Bankruptcy Act, even though the act was written prior to their declaration. Let's continue, shall we? And is liable to be proceeded against by his creditors thereof, or of one whose circumstances are such that he is entitled to his voluntary application. You can volunteer for bankruptcy, the United States did that, and to take the benefit of the bankrupt laws. Okay, the term is used in a looser sense as a synonym synonymous with insolvency. Let's continue. Yes, we shall. Since that period, the nation has been in a state of national emergency. See the Federal Economic Emergency Relief Act of May 12, 1933. This ongoing emergency is a continuation of the banking holiday, Jennifer Holiday. Anyway, because the intentions of Congress confirm that we are in the midst of a continuing national emergency banking holiday, the government was due to provide consideration. What was the consideration provided by governmental entities? Let's find out, shall we? President Roosevelt's proclamation. Got to correct this because this was copied and pasted directly from his speech. So we got to get rid of this stuff, but we just did it. So that's why I told you I'm in a rush because I got to reform this. And I am so glad, I'm telling you, I am so glad that I got this taken care of. I got to get rid of this too. Hold on. We don't need that. It's already repeated above it. All right. The American Presidency Project. Got to get rid of these. All of this junk is junk. To promote page 2, no. By the President of the United States of America. That's what we need. We need that right there. All right. A proclamation. Like the Emancipation. Got to free something. Whereas there has been a heavy and unwarranted withdrawal of gold and currency because they were paying off their debts from our banking institutions for the purpose of hoarding. Who was hoarding? The banks? And whereas the continuous and increasing intensive speculation activity abroad by the banks and foreign exchange by the banks has resulted in severe drains on the national stock of gold because we're paying off our creditors. Let's continue. Whereas those conditions have created a national emergency, and whereas it is in the best interest of all bank depositors, the people, and the corporations, period of respite, need a rest, be provided with a view of preventing further hoarding of coins, bullion, and currency, or speculation in foreign exchange, and permitted are permitting the application of appropriate measures to protect the interests of our people, always in the interest of the people, and whereas it is provided in Section 5B, not 5A, so those of you who keep quoting 5A of the Trading with the Enemies Act, you are wrong. They amended 5B, did not amend 5A. 5A is not 5B, supersedes A. Continue. Of the Act of October 6, 1917, the Trading with the Enemies Act, otherwise known as Statute at Large, L.411, as amended, that the President may investigate, regulate, and/or prohibit, under such rules and regulations as he may prescribe by means of license and/or otherwise, any transaction, foreign exchange, and export of hoarding and melting of marking of gold and silver, bullion or bullion of currency, and whereas it is provided in Section 16 of said Act, the Trading with the Enemies Act, that whoever shall violate, we don't care about that. This is the paragraph we care about. Now, therefore, I, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States of America, not President of the United States, but President of the United States of America, he said in his proclamation, because he was acting in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America Armed Forces. Let's continue. In view of such national emergency and by virtue of the authority vested in me by said act, the Trading with the Enemies Act, and in order to prevent the export, hoarding, and/or earmarking of gold or silver coin or bullion or currency, do hereby proclaim, it's a proclamation, order, direct, and declare that from Monday, the 6th of March, to Thursday, the 9th day of March, 1933, both dates inclusive, meaning the whole day. So when they made the act in March 9, 1933, that continued the stupidity. Just hope y'all know. Sorry, I have a person that was asking me to call. I'm going to finish with this speech, okay, because we need to cover this speech. The 9th day of March, 1933, both dates inclusive, there shall be maintained and observed by all banking institutions and all branches thereof located in the United States of America, including the territories and insular possessions, and a banking holiday. A banking holiday. Oh, happy days are here again. A banking holiday for everywhere. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the banking holiday, Congress has said, well, you'll see in a second, and that during such period, all banking transactions shall be suspended during such holiday, except as hereinafter provided, no such banking institution or branch shall pay out, export, earmark, or permit the withdrawal or transfer in any manner or by any device whatsoever of any gold or silver coin or bullion or currency, or take any other action that might facilitate hoarding thereof, nor shall any such banking institution or pay out deposits, make loans or discounts, deal in foreign exchange, transfer credits. I want some credits to be transferred from the United States to any place abroad, or transact any other banking business whatsoever. There was a clause there that allows them to do it. You got to go back and pay attention. During such banking holiday, the Secretary of the Treasury, with the approval of the President, under such regulations as he may deem appropriate and necessary. Where's my Secretary of the Treasury? I went too far down. I apologize for that. That's me hopping and jumping and skipping and running. Okay? To permit any and all such banking institutions to perform any and all of the usual banking functions. That's what they're doing now, ladies and gentlemen. To direct, require, to, or permit. See, they do it under permit or license. The issuance of clearinghouse certificates or other evidences of claim against the assets of banking institutions. Did you guys know that you can make a claim against the assets of banking institutions through the Treasury? Shh! That's what this act says. We're going to continue. To authorize and direct the creation of such banking institutions of special trust accounts. Excuse me? Where's my special trust account? Isn't that the minor account? But they say they don't exist. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure, because they're not doing them for themselves. You're going to think they are, but pay attention. To authorize and direct the creation of such banking institutions of special trust accounts for the receipt of new deposits, which shall be subject to withdrawal on demand without any restrictions or limitation, and shall be kept separately in cash or on deposit at the Federal Reserve Bank or invested in obligations of the United States. Amazing. And these banking institutions shall include all the Federal Reserve banks, National Bank Association banks, trust companies, savings banks, buildings loan associations, credit unions, and other corporations, partnerships, associations, or that's you guys, pay attention, persons, that's you, engaged in business of receiving deposits, making loans, receiving deposits, you receive deposits, you make loans to your family and friends, discount business, you even make loan to the bank, paper, and transacting other forms of banking business. If they want to say that you violated in the past any of their financial laws, you let them know that no, I did not. The March 9, 1933 Act and the proclamation of President Delano Roosevelt says that, oh, yes, I can, like Barack Obama. Yes, we can. Anyway, so there you go with that. I need to put you guys on pause. There's one more thing I need to bring to your attention. Hold on. Oh, no, don't even need to hold on. I know exactly where I was going. Thought I would have to go to another page, but it's actually in this page. I want to read y'all something. Remember we showed you yesterday about the Credit River decision. You guys remember that Credit River decision? I remember the decision, but I don't think the rest of these people remember the decision of Credit River. I remember Credit River. Yeah, just didn't go too far because of global warming. All right, y'all hold on. The defendant appeared. This is the Daily. And notice what it says the defendant had the plaintiff answer. By the way, this was a common law venue. It was not held in a district court. It was not held in a circuit court. It was held in a common law venue. The judge was still a judge appointed by the state. Mr. Daly was an attorney, but he could not appear as an attorney before that matter. Neither could the bank manager. Bank manager attorneys and common law, for some reason, doesn't seem like they mix. Well, anyway, the defendant appeared and answered that the plaintiff created the money and credited upon the books by bookkeeping entries as consideration for the note and the mortgage. Ladies and gentlemen, alleged failure of consideration. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the Credit River decision was all about. That the bank didn't deliver consideration as they're required to do under what's called a simple contract. That's the argument that people should be having, but you're not having that. I know you guys saying, well, they didn't give us no consideration. You're not explaining it correctly. Go back, reread the Credit River decision, because remember, that case applies. In this case, there is no case law. Now, you mentioned all those are acts of Congress, you idiots. That's when I say idiots, I have to qualify this phrase. When I say you idiots, I'm talking to the idiots. I'm not talking to you people who understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the idiots who want to sit up there and question everything. All right, and waste time. Ain't got time for that. If you ain't been following along from the beginning, then get on the back of the bus. Go sit back there and wait till you're called on. Sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the information I wanted to deliver to you. I'm hoping that you will glean something from this, especially the fact that we are still in a banking holiday. Pay attention. A majority of the people of the United States have lived all their lives under emergency rule for 40 years, 400 years, freedoms. Anyway, for 40 years, freedoms and governmental procedures guaranteed by the Constitution have in varying degrees been abridged by laws brought into force by states of national emergency. Some of you are not going to get it, so we're going to copy this. You're going to copy? Yes, we're going to copy. Where are you going? I'm going over. That's where I got the Franklin Delano Roosevelt document from. Hold on, got to get my mouse to work right. There you go. Got to get rid of that. Put this, pay attention. We're going to put the abridged. I like abridged, but it's abridged. And let's look up the meaning of abridged. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. In a hurry. Come on, hurry up, Google. Google. Okay.
Abridge.
See, everybody else want to say abridged. I've been saying abridged. Go back and listen to all my videos. I've always called it abridged because it's a bridge. Okay, anyway, it says shortened, a book, movie, speech, or other text without losing the sense. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they curtail the Constitution. They abridge your rights. Even the right to free speech can be abridged. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a lie. Let me show it to you so that you can see that they cannot abridge your rights. Pay attention. Your right to speech cannot be regulated by Congress. Why? Because it's an inalienable right. It's a free right. Everyone has the right to speech, the right to a voice. Pay attention. We're going to go. Now, we're going to not call them amendments anymore. Okay? We're not going to call them amendments anymore. They are articles. As we showed you before, they are articles. They are not amendments. Pay attention. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion or abridging the freedom of speech. They cannot. Congress cannot make a law against any of these things. And by the way, the Seventh Amendment is your right to petition the government. See, petitioning the government, filing a grievance, redress of grievance, says you get to ask the government to correct the wrongs. You get to file a grievance. They cannot abridge that. So by suspending the Constitution, they can't, because this law prohibits them from suspending these rights. Okay? Pay attention. Let me prove it to you. Shall make no law respecting or abridging the freedoms of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peacefully assemble or to petition. So they cannot abridge any of these rights. Okay? They cannot. But most people don't understand this. So that's why when you saw we were going through it, there were some people trying to say they could. So there's your education, people. We're still in a banking holiday. You did not receive any consideration. Why? Because if you go back to the Credit River decision, they create money out of thin air. Poof! And there it is. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. Have a good life. Have a good night. I got to go. Goodbye.